Okay, so here we are again, and today we're going to attempt to have another go at implementing this upload feature into Rodeo, my Flickr API uploader. It's a command line tool, and the idea behind it is that I can upload a image file onto Flickr with automatic adding to albums and things like that. So the plan is, as was yesterday, to add a new feature that will prevent me accidentally uploading the same file twice by keeping track of what it is in what I've already uploaded in a file within the directory itself where the file to upload is. So let's get going, look into the code, click that button there. This is where we sort of left off yesterday. So I've got my terminal open, I've got Rodeo here. If I want to run Rodeo, I do go run main.go, and that will compile and run Rodeo. There we go. It's got a number of commands in there, so I can do go run info tilde downloads underscore export RKA. Let's take that one, and you can see for that file we've got a number of pieces of information, its title, its description, etc. Quick look at that file itself. Looks like this. So you can see that I like taking pictures of trains, and this is one of those train pictures. I don't want it up on my Flickr more than once, so it's already up there already from 2018. Don't need it again. So when I upload, I'd like it to know that. So how are we going to do that? I suppose one way would be to keep track of the Flickr ID, but that's quite hard because we'd have to put it into the image. Well, that would work. We could set the Flickr ID back into the image, but then if I do an export again, it'll have the same file name, but it'll be a different file. So that doesn't work. So we will keep a separate file within this directory. So let's go that way first. Even better way would be to use Flickr, pick it up from the Flickr, but I don't think we keep the original file names on Flickr. But let's try that first. So here's Safari. Where is the Flickr developer stuff? Flickr API. Flickr services, that looks promising. Yeah, there we go, look at this. So I've got a cup of tea today, so I'm going to be drinking my tea. So I've got a file name. Can I search for a file name? Photos. Photos.search. Possibility there. So what you can search on, tags, text, min taken, license privacy filter, a bounding box, accuracy, safe search, content type, machine tags. Machine tags are possible. Aside from buzzing through for machine tags, also searching on specific properties. I wonder if the original file name is a machine tag. No, it probably isn't, because we might rename the file, so that's no good. Geocontext, latitude, longitude, radius, extras. Oh, I wonder what these are. What extras? Description, license date, updated, original format, last update. ODIMS. What ODIMS is? Views. Media. Path alias. I wonder what that is. And you can bet that all those URLs are related to Flickrs. So that's a square Flickr, small one, the medium one, etc. So they're going to be no good. Doesn't look promising, does it? Let's test it. Let's go on, let me send my API key, that's a shame. So I will have to hide that. So let's not do that. Go back again. So Flickr.search is problematic. Don't see anything obvious. Flickr API search by original file name. So let's see if the, there we go, I wonder if someone's already tried to do it. How do I search by file name for a Flickr? External computer change the title when you uploaded or after uploading. The original file name is not preserved. Okay, it looks like we can't do that. No, original file names are not retained. Should add these as part of the description in future. There was a tag. Okie dokie, we can't do it that way. Could use these at date and time, but that's a little bit more dodgy. So that's no good. Yeah, okay, so we can't do that. Forget that for a lark. Let's go back to the original idea. We're going to create a file on disk. I'm rubbing my hands together, that's what you're hearing, by the way. It's my thinking pose. Right, okay, so this is the source code. This is our upload.go, which it's a command line app, so we're using Viper from SPF 13. This is the upload command up here, and we're going to call upload file per file. So we're going to have to do something in upload file, and I think I decided last time that here wouldn't be a bad place. We only want to do it after we've got everything else set up. So we're sure we've got Flickr data, we're sure we've got the EXIF data. We don't need the image data info from the file, so here's probably not a bad place to put the code. Has this image been uploaded before ? And we can do if has been uploaded file name. Yeah, we can do that. Format dot println. This image has already been uploaded to Flickr. And we could do something clever there later and actually put link in or something like that. But we'll just do that for now, and then we'll return something like that. So only this function has been uploaded. Put it down here somewhere. How can you get a cold when you're stuck indoors because you're isolated and it's all socially distanced? It's really weird. Func has been uploaded. File name. It's a string. And what we go return? We go return a bool like that. Put in information about it. Has this file been uploaded? Oops, that's not uploaded, is it? Has this file been uploaded to Flickr? Question mark. Check the dot. What should we call it? Rodeo uploaded files. File. That resides in the same directory as the file to be as file name. Let's do that. That's promising. Now we need directory. So the directory. You're seeing all my spelling mistakes too, aren't you? But that's not a total surprise, I suppose. How are we going to do this? File path, res.file. I've done this already somewhere, so let's do file path. There we go. File path like that. So the directory is going to be the file path. Use the file path package directory function of the file name. Now we've got the directory of the file. So the file. What are we going to call this file? Previously, let's call it uploaded files name. Uploaded files file name. That'll do for now. Not totally happy. It'll do for now. That's going to be directory plus slash dot rodeo uploaded files. I'm using Goland, which is a Go IDE, which is quite nice, and option or alt / will automatically fill by searching upwards. So I typed ROD there, here, then pressed alt / and it searched up and found this one here, which is why it auto filled it. Slightly different from using the normal autocomplete, because the normal autocomplete is all context based. I'm in a string, so it can't use a normal autocomplete. That worked. Let's see this here. What's that all about? Delete variable. It doesn't like the variable. Well, that's fine because we're about to use it. So we're going to have to read the file up. Now, how do we read the file in Go? We've done this before. I wonder if I can find the search for it. Golang read file. Reading files. It's a JSON file, so I wonder if we can read the JSON file in one go. Read JSON file. That might be better. Okay, doesn't drastically help. So we're going to do that. Read the file. The file is uploaded files name. One of those cases where we refactor and get rid of that variable, I think, and just put it directly in here. Have to see about that. If it fails, we're just going to print the error out, and we're going to return false. We're going to assume return false like that. So we'll return false. We'll assume that if we can't read the file, then it's the same as the image has not been uploaded before, i.e. we'll fail the wrong way, if you like, and send the file up anyway. And that's useful for now because if the file doesn't exist, it's an error. We probably want to check that here anyway, so let's add that to do. Check if exists. What's the data going to be? Let's go back to our image. We'll grab that code there. It doesn't look like we need to close the file, so presumably read file brings in all the data in one go. JSON and marshal data into an object. So we're going to need the object, which we'll call the file names. So we need the file names. File names is going to be an array of strings. Let's go need that, doesn't it, right? Does that look better? So maybe about something. That. There we go, let's try that. Empty slice declaration via literal. That's probably not how you define an array of strings. I don't know Go very well. You're on the track yesterday. I've already given this spiel before, but Go is not my primary language. It's very new to me, so I'm learning it via writing this application, and what you're seeing is that I Google for everything, which I'm sure is how every program in the world does it. So Go, declare an array of strings. What do we get back? Declare an array, specify number of elements. So we're going to do a slice then. Declare a slice strings. Maybe that will tell us. Maybe we should let go. It looks like we can just do that. Looks like that was a var at the front. Maybe we need to do that. If we're doing a var, we don't need that, and we don't need that. Still got that question mark there. Literal value expected. It's not clear about something. Var in slice. Don't need the equal sign. That's right. There we go. That's better. So declare file names as a string, an array of strings, or a slice of strings. I'm not quite sure really what slices look like compared to arrays. It's something I really need to get better at. Then we're going to marshal into the file name. So we should have here a list of file names in here. So next thing to do here, test if file name is in file names. File names. And then we can return correctly. So I'm going to return false for a minute. And what we're going to do here is I think we'll echo out what we've got. So I'm going to use spew dump file names. And let's see what we've got in file names. I'll see when I run this now, it's going to fail up here. So we need to create a file, which I might already have done, might not have done. Which I think I did that yesterday, so let's have a look in the item, see what we've got. So in our export directory, ls-a, there you go, rodeo -uploaded files.json. Very, very clearly I've got the same file names, that's good. What's going on? Looks like I need to review something for my wife, so I shall be back in a second. Okay, looks like we're back. So we've got Rodeo uploaded files from there, so what's in it? cat.rodeo uploaded file forms, just one file, which is a file we're interested in, but let's put in more so we've got a full array in there. So here is the file. Let's do that, comma there, and let's create another file. Okay, test1. 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. Get rid of that last X. 2, 3, 4, 5. So there we go, a set of files that we have theoretically already uploaded. It's an array of strings because we don't need anything more clever than that today. Do that. Right, so now when I run the Rodeo, instead of doing an info, let's do an upload. See what happens. Failed to upload. No such file or directory. And now it's uploaded the file. Well, that's interesting. Didn't want it to do that. So let's go and grab that file and delete it again. It would have put it in the right place. So we need to go to the camera roll. When was it? 2018 09/21. So that's 21st of September 2018. That's the end of September. So jump to October and scroll up to September. September the 19th. Nice, here isn't it? It's that one there. See, there's the one that was uploaded previously, which is why I don't want to upload it again, exactly for this reason. So let's delete it. There it is. Is it that one? That one. Delete this photo. Bye bye. And it's gone. Still a nice photo, but I only need one copy. Right. Let's get rid of all those again. Right, so there's no files uploaded, so return false. So what we should have done is put something in here. Format.println. This file can be uploaded, followed by a return. That. So now it's not going. Oh, I was going to say that's Vim. So now it's not going to accidentally upload the file because we just got this hard-coded thing. So let's add a to-do. Remove this so we don't forget. Back and go. Right. So now if we run it again, we should have the same thing happen. We'll get that error message, and this time it didn't do anything. There's this file can be uploaded. No such file or directory. Oh, that should be a format.println. Then it'll put it on a separate line, won't it? There we go. And we probably want the word error in front of this. Error. Like that. Or not plus. Format printf error v /n comma error. Let's do it that way around. Check that. That's the error looking good. There we go. Error. Open no such file or directory. And the error is because it's a JSON file. So we better make that a JSON file. Try again. Let's try that. There we go, look at that. And it's loaded up the file, it's put it into an array of strings, 6 of them, maximum 6, and there's my list. So now I've got an array of strings, which is the file names I've already uploaded. I wonder if file name is fully qualified. It probably is, you know. Let's have a look. let's do it the easy way. Let's tell you that file name. I wonder what file name's got in it. Speed.dump is a really convenient way for doing little things like this. Yeah, there we go. Look, it's fully qualified. We only want that bit there. So we're going to have to get just the file name out as well. So image file name equals file path dot base. Do you reckon? Base sounds promising. It does. Returns the last element of the path. Divides it into returns dot. It's definitely not base, I would. Base. Absolute clean. Duh. Oh, maybe it's not file path. There's the extension though. These look very promising, do they? Base? I would have thought it would be base. Have I done this before? Oh yeah, there you go. File name without extension. So probably file name plus, let's use a format at this point, I think. Format sprintf this time. That needs to be a colon. Percentage s slash a dot percentage s. File path dot base of file name, comma file path dot next of file name is going to give me the, that's the base name, so that'll be the RKA blah 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 blah, full stop, followed by the extension .jpg. So image file name should now be just the bit we care about. So let's do that and comment that out. Check. There we go, yes. So we've now got just the file name. Oh, we've got double dot. Oh, that's interesting. So extension obviously includes the dot. So that will do there. Double check that. I check everything, can you tell? There we go. Oh, no, that didn't work either. Oh, really? So file name dot base is all we actually need. Check that. File name dot base is giving me the correct thing. Must check that code up the top because that seemed to imply it didn't have the extension, but it clearly does. Okay, so that's the image file name. So now golang find a string in slice. Search for element string type. In the Go slice, you can search an element of string type for a given type string to help us search strings. That sounds promising, doesn't it? Ooh, that looks more complicated than I need. Oh yeah, no, that works. Search. Ooh, what's it doing? I don't get away. Why is it in sort? Sort seems the least useful. Let's try. In list. That's wrong. That's better. Sort dot search strings. File names. File name. That looks promising, doesn't it? Except that's, no, there we go, not underlined. So now let's do in list there, comment that out. And let's do one not in list and give it the string we know doesn't exist, like foobar. Not in list. Let's see what we get back. That looks promising. Ooh, image file name declared but not used. Don't do that, Rob. He doesn't like it. You give that a go. Right, so it thinks neither is in there. That's unfortunate. Oh, yes, of course it isn't. Wake up. That should have been a clue. Image file name is what we're looking for, not file name, because file name is the complete, fully qualified file name, and we just need the actual file name without the path. Unhelpful. The search strings. It just returns an integer. How do you tell? The slice must be sorted in ascending order. Search strings, search reflects in source strings, and returns the index as specified by search. Return value is the index to insert x. If x is not present, it could be len of a. Might not be the right function to use, you know. That's why that did a sort first, didn't it? Sort.strings. So we clearly need to do sort.strings file names to sort them. Still not working though. Let's check. Good old-fashioned Stack Overflow. Funny how we call it old-fashioned. It's been around long enough now. Right, such a way that then big issue just finally such a map instead. It's trivial to check if a specific map key exists by using the value key on that key. Sometimes interesting. The value. Map string strut. How do we convert to that though? That's a question. Okay, sort.strings is the right way to do it. So why aren't I getting different terms? Format print line contains. Yeah, so sort strings input. We're doing that. Here, sort strings file names. So sort search strings are file names for image file name. Let's put these in the right way round. Maybe we're not thinking about this correctly. Right, so this is my list of strings. Here I've got RKA So there, it's definitely 0, but foobar is not 0. Ah, that makes sense, because F elms the car R. So if I change this to UV, say, foobar, we're going to get a different number for the last one. So if it's not in the string, it can be either 0 or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so if these are 0 indexed, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, yes, okay, that makes sense. Ugh, okay. So that's why we had a function for index. Is that if index if file names of index is equal to image file name, then file exists. Otherwise, file doesn't exist. Else, file does not exist. So let's format dot print line image file name. What am I doing? Let's get rid of that. Image file name exists. Does not exist. Get rid of that. Look at that. Run that again. Image file name exists. There we are. So that's a good sign. That's a very good sign. So the image file name exists, right? Okay, so that's a case where the image file name. Let's go back to that picture. So the image file name is that one. So therefore, it's going to be an index 0. So let's pick that one there. Hard code it to prove it works. So do that, and let's set image file name to arcade double quotes to arcade test2. So image file name should still exist. Let's move those up here now, and I'm just going to put in a format dot print line there, and a format dot print line there. It's slightly easier to read what we're doing. Image file name is arcade test2, so the index here should be there, so that's 0, 1, 2, so image file name exists. At index %v, and that becomes a format print f. Let's put /n in there. So we now should say index 2 just to prove that the theory is working. Yeah, the theory is working. Go us. Right, okay, so now let's say the image file name is not in the file, and it's abc.jpg. Run it now, index will be 0. I tell you what, we should have printed out index separately. And it says image file name does not exist because, yeah, let's output index. Index is that. And it doesn't exist because, if we've done this right, we're going to get back an index of 0, but index of 0 is RKA, and our test is checking that that is correct. So it looks like we always get back a valid index. So let's change that to ZZZ, or Z, I suppose, if you're American. Clearly I'm not American. Very, very English. Ooh, look at that. There's an error. Index out of range, 6 with length 6. Right, so we actually need to test for that. So if index is greater than the len of file names, or file names. Okay, so let's try that. No, it doesn't like that. Ah, length is 6. Length is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's 0 index, so it's got to be if length is greater than or equal to. But it will never be greater than or equal to, so we can use double equals. It can be exactly equal to, because search strings is going to return back the index where we can insert it to keep it in order. So you can see that here, it could be len of A. That's what that bit meant. Okay, so let's try that again. There we go, index is 6. Image file, oh, image file message, oh. Aha! If index is less than the length of the file names, which means we must test the boundary of RK test 5, otherwise we could be, oh dear, panic. Oh, that's an and now. So if index is less than the length of the file names, i.e. it is a valid index for this array, and the file name that we are the file name within the list at this index is equal to the file name we're searching for, then we must have found the right one. Seems way more complicated than you'd think, isn't it? Suspicious. It might just be my brain is slow because it's a Sunday. What do you think? Maybe? Who knows? Anyway, index is 6, image file name does not exist, and image file name was all the Zs. Let's test that one, because that's a bounding case. So let's try the bounding case. This should work. Pretty confident. Fairly confident. There we go. The index is 5, which is correct, and it is completely correct because the index exists at 5. So what if we're somewhere in the middle? Let's say that we're trying to do 4a. We should get an index which is in the list but doesn't actually exist in the list. So index is still 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should go here, 1 after test 4. 4a is bigger than test 4. But our if statement means that the image file name does not exist. Okay, I'm getting more confident about this now. We did test that way around, didn't we? I'm pretty sure we did. Double check. You know what we should do? We are really going to have to learn the Go test system so that I can write some tests and actually ensure this never breaks. But that's for a different day. Right, so that's working. They can go. Determine if image file name exists in the list of in the file names array slice by sorting and then using search strings. Note: search strings returns the index where you should insert this element, returns the index of the found string or the index where you should insert this element if doesn't exist. So no, that's no spell search. So we need to confirm that the value found in the returned index is our file name, image file name, lowercase I. Lowercase I, oh for goodness sake, Rob, there we go. Oh. Right, that explains what we've done, because I don't think that is totally obvious what's going on. File exists, so we can return true. Don't need an else, because clearly we're just going to return false or failure. In the list. Magic. Okay, so now we've got this function called has been uploaded. We need to do this bit here. We need to check if that file, this file, exists. There's probably an IO util for doing that, you reckon? That's plausible. Is readable? Maybe not. Like G, go lang, test if, oh that's not spelled test, if file exists. Shall we try that? What do you reckon? You get a good answer? What did we do without Stack Overflow? Well, that's a good question. What is the idiomatic way to do it? I'm very much aware that I'm not coding necessarily in idiomatic Go, because I don't really know what idiomatic Go is. I code mostly on the web. I code mostly PHP, a little bit of Swift, but mostly PHP. Prior to PHP, I was doing a lot of C and C++, but that's a good 15 years ago or so, a bit more maybe. What year is this? 2020. 2000, 20 years ago. My goodness. Yeah, no, not quite 20 years ago. In the year 2000, I was doing C and C++. Year 2000. That was a year. So, yes, I've been doing PHP for an awful long while, and the chances of me writing idiomatic Go in my first Go application, pretty low, don't you think? I think so. So I think I need to do something else. I'm also wondering whether the stream chat works, or whether I'm doing something wrong there and I'm not set up Twitch correctly or OBS correctly or something. But who knows? At least I assume some people are watching. Maybe nobody's watching. That is also possible. Oh dear. Right, now I'm distracted. Right, here we go. As mentioned in other answers, it's possible to construct the required behaviour from using different flags with OS open file. And for OS create is a sensible default shorthand for doing so. What? No. Don't truncate the file. Depending on what you pick, you'll get different errors. Okay. Ew. This does not. Best way to check if a file is this. os.stat. That looks more promising. Or I reckon. So statting is probably to ensure that the cache is, no, the underlying disk cache is correct. And then we can use os exist is exist. We know it's not going to be a directory. Well, we don't know, but the chances of being a directory is pretty slim. So let's assume it isn't for now. So os.exist is exist. That was it, wasn't it? No, is not exist. That's what we'll do. If, and that probably takes a file name. Oh, no, I'm wrong. That takes the error, doesn't it? Is not exist takes an error. So you have to call os.stat, os.stat, because that takes a file name. The file name is uploaded files file name. Okay. Right, yeah, yeah, see, that's clearly the idiomatic way to do it. Okay, so let's grab the idiomatic way to do it and let's work out what it does. Alfred, clipboard history, awesome. Oh, what have I done here? That was not what I meant to do. Copy that line. Let's undo all that. Put that back. Yeah. That line. Yeah. Now this bit here is read file. Right, so here's where does the file exist. Right, so what's this doing? os.stat must return something. So stat returns a file info describing the named file. If there's an error, there will be a type path error. Okay. So that there will be the file info, but we don't care about the file info. We only care if there's an error. So that's setting error. I wonder what this does. Oh, I see. This could be. This could live here. And we don't want our test is the right, and then it's testing. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So what you can do in Go clearly is I can put a statement in before the actual query. So I can do anything here, semicolon, and it will do the work. So I could do a format dot print line if I wanted to. Do something, then do the test. That must be an idiomatic Go thing, because that seems pretty weird. And I bet that does something interesting with scoping. I bet error and this is only, if I put that in here, I bet it's only scoped in here, which is why I've got this weird underline here. Because it's telling me something. Yeah, okay, that's quite clever, isn't it? So yeah, that's definitely idiomatic Go. Let's put that here then. There we go. So we don't want to test for error equals nil. If error is not equal to nil, or OS not exists, no, do that. If I think that's right. Yeah, OS is not exist error. Then we can format dot print line error file does not exist and return false. So where's that gone? Let's try that. We should see. Ah, no. Oh, that's right, because the file doesn't exist. Let's make the file not exist. Now the file doesn't exist. Wake up, Rob. There we go, look at that. Error, file doesn't exist. But it doesn't matter if the file doesn't exist. That's an acceptable state of mind. But clearly, this file has not been uploaded if the file doesn't exist. File does not exist. Therefore, the image has not been uploaded to Flickr. It's not completely true, but it's true as far as the logic of this feature is concerned. Voila. Take that out there. Run again, and it should tell me this file has been uploaded. Seems it's all been uploaded. All done. Yay. I'm surprised we don't indent. But we clearly don't. So that's fine. Right, so that's part one. Where's that exit? Like that. So that's part one. We are now correctly checking if the file has been uploaded. If we successfully upload, however, we need to store it into that file. So let's do that next. Uploading the file to Flickr, upload the photo, do some stuff. There's the actual upload. Uploaded the photo. So this would be a good place to do record upload of file. What have we called file name? It has been uploaded. Record upload. And we need to pass in the file path dot base of the file name. Like that. Now hang on, file name is probably already correct. Didn't we do a base earlier? Do you remember? Start up here. Base. Oh, I did know that because I trimmed the extension. No, I don't. Okay, yeah. So file name is clearly the full file name. Therefore, we're going to need to do that. That means record upload needs to be a function, and it takes a file name, which is a string, like that. And it's not function; it's func, isn't it? So what we're going to put in here, let's start with a format dot print line, file name equals plus file name. Right, and we don't want to actually keep uploading to Flickr, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that back up here. Right at the top before we bother doing any effort. Where's our upload file gone? Let's do it here. Uploading file to Flickr. Let's do it here. To do remove this. Let's uppercase that as well actually. Remove this. Return that. Okay. So rather than send stuff up to Flickr, we don't need to bother doing that because we just want to check we actually can store the file name into the JSON file. So let's go back here. Right, we're going to use a different file name, I suppose. We've got one. One keyword will do. So that's not in our list. And there we are, we've ended up with our debug statement from here. So we've got the correct file name. Presumably we need to reuse this code. Oh, we need the directory. I don't know where to store it otherwise. So me being all clever up here was not very clever after all. We need to pass in file name. There, we need to remove the file name. We're better at format dot print line file name to double check that, I suppose. Try again. Let's have a look. There we go. Yeah, now we've got the full name with the full path, as everyone expected. Right, I think we're going to need this code again. So there's a write for refactoring coming up in a minute. Oh, maybe not though. Let's take to there. Right, so directory is that. Upload file names is now that. Definitely some refactoring needed on that line, because we don't really want to have to hard code that string in two places. Right, if the file doesn't exist, we need to create the file. So we'd be better off testing for is exist. Which takes us back to that other statement. We need to test the equals nil. Probably, so file exists for read it. So read the file. To there, I think, like that. No, that's wrong. But that definitely needs to be in here as well. But file names needs to be out here. Probably not a bad idea to return true or false, but I suspect we should be returning an error. I don't know how to do errors yet, so we'll just return for now. I'll stick in a to do, set an error, return an error. However errors work. I know how errors work. That seems to be idiomatic Go, so that would probably be a good idea to do at some point, I think. What do you reckon? Yeah. Sounds like a good idea to me. Right. So at this point here, we should have filled in file names, or file names will be empty. Do we need to initialize file names to an empty string if we don't, if we just declare it? So let's do a spew.dump of file names. Format.println. File names, so we know what we're doing. Right, so that should give us a list of file names because we've got a valid list. Voila. And if we rename that to an invalid file name, so the file doesn't exist, yes, okay, we get something that looks like a nil string. So now we can append to it. That's fairly easy. Append. Oh no, we need to find out this. already... Do we need to find out if it's already in there? No, we don't. We don't, because if it was already in there, we wouldn't have got this file this far. So we can just simply append file name. File names equals append file names, comma. What is it? File path dot base of file name. So file names should now have one element. And it's got one element. So all we need to do now is marshal it into a JSON array and drop it into the file. Never written JSON before, but it's reasonable to guess that if we did JSON.unmarshal, we can probably do a JSON.marshal. Seems reasonable, doesn't it? Yay, there we go. Marshal file names. And what does it return? It returns the array of bytes or an error. So data, comma, like that. Now, last time, here it is, we did a read file. So we can probably do an IO util write file. Uploaded files, file name, list of bytes, file names, and then we've got to do the file mode. I wonder what that looks like. File mode, os.file mode, permissions. File mode. File mode represents a uint32 bits. File bits have the same definition all systems, so official files can differ from system to another. Note that all bits apply to all systems. Main required bit is mode and these look like the available file types. Shall we Google to find out what it looks like? Golang. Let's have a look. Go by example seems quite useful, this little sort of stuff. Oh, you literally pass in the unit's file permissions. Why didn't they just say that? Maybe I should have guessed it from the uint32. Let's get rid of all those, they're boring. Right, so I want probably 0664 or 0666. Right to the right world? Probably not. 664. Doesn't like file names because it's not file names, it's data. And this is in the wrong place. It's here. This is convert to JSON. Using a convention of capitalising my comments this time for the first letter. Normally I use lowercase. I thought uppercase this time. Write to disk. Upload files. Right. That obviously returns an error. Does it return anything else? No, it just returns an error. If equals. Why if I put a bracket there? Format dot print. Printf error. Unable to write. Rodeo loaded files.json. That is a really very bad writer. So let's do %s colon %v and use file path dot base of uploaded files file name and then we can return. Doesn't like something about that line though, does it? Not equal to nil. Likes that. Well, I'd like it even better if I put the bracket back. And that bracket there, of course, is in the wrong place. You can tell I come from languages that put brackets around their statements. So, I write file to disk. It's a bit weird putting something important like that in the middle of an if statement, isn't it? I'm not sure I like that. That one doesn't seem so bad, the IO state, because we don't care about it. But this is really important. I mean, that's a key. That's key, so I think I'm going to put that here. It's probably not idiomatic go, but I think it's clearer what we're doing. Yeah, that looks better. And if we get to this file, we've clearly worked. So let's do that. Let's do that. And we should write to disk this file with the thing in it. Run that. Shouldn't get any errors. There we go, no errors. So let's cat ~downloads under export dot rodeo advice file one.json. Look at that. It's a JSON array with one element in it. Next question. You think we can pretty print it? It'd look a lot nicer pretty printed. I wonder how hard that is. How hard is it to pretty print on JSON Marshall? Oh, not that one, B. Right. EncOps, that looks promising, doesn't it? No, that's just escaping HTML. Oh, this looks promising. Marshall indent. Should we try Marshall indent, see what that does? No, maybe not. Golang pretty print JSON to file. Does anyone know of a simple way to pretty print JSON up and go? Edit, it does. See accepted answer. Oh, here's Marshall indent. More simplistic than I realised. That's funny. Tabby cats. Tabby cats. That makes me laugh. Okay, so is Marshall indent? Well, it'll be good enough for this case at least, like that. I only want two files to two. So that's a prefix, and that's the indent level. Let's do that. Try again. Delete that. Let's not that. That. Let's go compile and run our Go code. Cut it again. Hey, look at that. Oh, that's interesting. Oh no, it's done exactly what I said it would do. This is the thing about computers. They do exactly what you ask. And what that's done is we read the file this time, because I didn't delete it, and it's appended it. And that question, do we need to check if it's already in there or not, Actually, we probably should. I know it's a bit repetitive, but we probably should have done, and that's this code here. So we're going to have to repeat that code. We're going to write a function called contains, aren't we? Return contains. And it's going to take file names, file name. Now there's an obvious question. Which way round should we put the two things? So we're going to write a func called contains. And I've chosen to do contains list as a string and value as a string. So list as a slice. And it's going to return a boolean. Like, that's not spell boolean. I'd say spell boolean. Put our code in, and just once will do. Like that. Determine if value exists in the. Actually, let's Control G that. Type it once. Value exists in the Control G. That's only in there once. In the list array. Do that. So we need to shift F6 that. Can't I shift F6 that? Obviously not. Control G it then. And that's list. And that one, Control G just lets the next copy of what you've selected in Goland. That's quite handy for stuff like this. And that's value. Like that. Doesn't seem unhappy. Now I've chosen the list and then the value because then that matches the way append works, but I don't know if that actually makes sense, and that should be image file in there. So now we can reuse that line down here. If it is not already in the list. If contains file names, so let's image file name that, and define that here, image file name that. If I've done that bracket again, if contains is equal to false, it does not contain it, then we can append it. So yeah, so contains and append both the same way round. Seems logical. Both operating on a list of strings. I don't know. I am pretty sure I've screwed up something in Twitch, which means that nobody is able to chat. I wonder how I fix that. And of course, nobody can tell me because we don't have chat working. Let's play with that temper quickly. And I think I shall do it on the other screen over here. Where do you reckon I go? Here's Twitch. You can't see my Twitch. Create a dashboard. Does that sound promising? Welcome back. Use my nickname. Welcome back, Acrobatic. I use Acrobat everywhere else, but Acrobat's already used on this system. Community. Does that sound promising? Roles manager. Do I need to add a role, do you think? doesn't look like it's that. Channel preferences. Let's see if Google can help me enable chat on Twitch. Oh, there's a chat settings thing. That looks promising. This is not what you came for in this stream. Can't see anything obvious, which means I've clearly screwed something up somewhere. Whispers are not blocked. Maybe no one is talking to me. Also a possibility. Can't see anything in the channel. Raids doesn't make sense. Moderation. Maybe we've got something moderating. Non-mod chat delay. That's a short delay before non-mod see messages. No, that's disabled. Channel privileges. Anyone that would like to send a message to your chat room must verify the email address. That doesn't seem problematic. If you're not can't be bothered to verify your email address, then I probably don't want to see your chat, do I? Or maybe I can't see it because OBS isn't showing me the chat. Also a possibility. Who knows? Oh well. Oh well, who cares? We'll find it out later. Right. So having took that code in, we should no longer result in multiple copies of the same file name ending up in our cat file. So let me remove that cat file, that JSON file, run it again. Not run it again, run the Go file again, that one. Right, now let's cat it. It's one, there's my one file. Run it again. Let's cat it. Still only one. Good. Okay, that's working now. So we're now correctly uploading the file. Right, but now we've got this problem. That should be a constant. G golang package constant. How do we do a package constant in Go? Anyone know? Constants. Obviously, when I did the tour of Go, I found it. So let's have a look at that one. Const. Stick it at the top. Const. What do we call that? What do we call that? Oh, we haven't got that file name yet, have we? There's that. Whoops. It's going to be that. Uploaded file name. Files base file name. Equals, and clearly we don't have to start with a slash. Let's go look like that. Lowercase u, because I don't want it to escape this package for now. So now we can go down here and do that. Ooh, is that a purple colour because it's a constant, do you think? Yes, it is. Okay, so I should be able to take that line and put it in here as well. That's been uploaded like that. That's looking better. So let's take this line out here to remove that. So now we're back to normal. We're using the correct file name. So now we need the file taken from today so they can be uploaded. So let's get my phone. What shall we take a photo of? Shall we do a selfie? A selfie. Like so. Not a very nice picture, but it will do. There we go, put that selfie. So I'm looking at my phone at the moment. Just banged it against the microphone. If they've gone into my photos, so I can select it, I can share it, and I can airdrop it to my laptop, which is called Swiftshaw. So hopefully Swiftshaw will accept it. It's just waiting. It's not a good sign, is it? Just here, not far away from each other. Did it upload? No. Swiftshaw. Still says waiting. It should be on the same Wi-Fi network. Not seeing anything happen though. I wonder if I could do copy photo and paste it. That'd be clever, wouldn't it? Nope. It doesn't. It seems that we don't have things on the same network. Oh, there we go. It's cancelled. It's on 5G. Is it woken up now? Share to Swiftshaw. Airdrop. Swiftshaw. Come on. How hard can this be? Still waiting. Don't just like it when the technology does not work properly. Still waiting. Come on. I don't think it's going to work. Am I not on 25G on my phone, do you think? Yeah, I am. Not that. Okay, we'll save it to iCloud Drive and see if that works. I've got a temp directory. Temp directory on iCloud Drive. iCloud Drive. Oh, it seems like it's bringing something down. There's the temp directory. There it is, that image. Copy that file. Close that. Underscore export. Paste it in here. Hazel runs inside this directory, so that'll get renamed to an RKA name in a sec. There we go. And as you can see, it's a 2020-0705 name. And what a wonderful photo of me. I bet you're super impressed by that. Let's resize that image. That resize image shortcut there is an automated action that runs the Rodeo again with the resize button. Did I not click it though? There we go. Oh, that's cancelled. Yes, I know it's not working. Ah, maybe I've broken Rodeo. There we go. And now I've got a resized version, which if you look at it, is only 207k big. Essentially, it's resized it to 2000 by 1500 because I use this for social media and stuff like that, and it's not the quality down to about 80% or 70% or something. So now we can upload that file. That file there. Let's close that. Let's go to Rodeo. Go main run, upload, export that file. So that should upload it to Flickr, and it should store it into our list of uploaded files. So here's where we're uploading it. So it's uploaded the photo. It's given me the link where I can view it. So I click that link, and if we look, hey, there's my photo. But you're super impressed with that photo. Taken on July the 5th. Nice thing about doing that, of course, is it's at the top of my photo stream here, so I can delete it again when I no longer want it up. And we can cat /downloads export.rodeo.json, and there it is, it's in our file. I wonder if we should sort that list. That'd be neat. That would be quite neat, wouldn't it? That would be really neat if we sorted that list. It's not needed, but it would look better. So let's sort it. We did that already. Strings.sort. Yeah. No, not here. After we've added the file name. Strings.sort the file names. Like that. Right, so let's go back here and vim that file. And let's take out that one again. Lose that. Like that. So it's as if we haven't uploaded it. Let's go back to Safari and let's remove that image. That one there, delete the image. Bye bye. That's gone. We can close. Can we go back to the photo stream? Let's go back to the photo stream. There we go. Let's close the other files, the tabs a bit later. Right, so back to Rodeo. Let's upload again. So we're uploading to Flickr. It's going to upload it. It's all done. If I refresh Safari, we should see it as our first item. There it is. And if we cat that image again, that's better. Look, they're alphabetical now. And I've changed my naming conventions over time because you can see I used to use RK underscore, now I use RK hyphen. So minor details like that. Also, all the uppercases. I wonder if we can force that to lowercase. That'd be neater as well, wouldn't it? Never mind. That's good. Right, if we run Rodeo again, it should tell us that that file's already been uploaded. It shouldn't do it again. Yay! That would be nice. Oh no, we don't. Ooh, okay, yeah, let's stop there for today. But what would be neat is to provide a link to the image on Flickr. But how would we do that? We can't do that easily. If we could do it easily, then we would use the Flickr API in the first place to look for that image. And we didn't. So all we could do was do a fuzzy guess and hope we get the right one. Which is a little bit, So yeah, maybe we can't do that. However, we have very successfully implemented the feature onto Rodeo. So that's a big picture of me. Let's delete this image again. I really don't want myself up there. Okay, so if we go to GitHub, Acrobat Rodeo. This is actually issue 1. Here, keep track of photo IDs. And we've only done half the work, I think, from what I suggested, what I thought about when I wrote this. Because we've got support -- force. And here I suggested that it would be neat to provide the option for this to be in the directory. So we might want to put it into ~config, i.e. so we keep one master list for whatever directory we're uploading, or we keep it in the directory where the file name is. So we've got a bit more work to do on this, but we've got the basics working, and that's always a good MVP point, isn't it? So I think I'm going to commit this, git checkout. Mine must be ticket 1. Keep track of uploaded photos. This is a clever idea. Calling it photo IDs. What we talked about just a minute ago. If we stored the file name and its ID, maybe as a map, then if we did that, we could provide a link to the uploaded image because we would know its photo ID because we stored it after we uploaded it. That, my friends, is the way to do that. And that's most definitely a separate coding session because it's getting on for 1 PM here and I want my lunch. So let's commit this change and then we can work on that later. Not sure when, because I'm going to go for a walk in this socially distanced and very weird COVID world that we're in at the moment. So I'm going to go for a family walk this afternoon. So I might not get back to it until sort of 3 PM, 3:30 PM, something like that. But then I'll be back and maybe we'll see if we can do something better than that. Oh, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, let's commit this. So, git status. What have we changed? We use source tree to have a look because it's a nice graphical interface. Here's our file. We've only changed upload.go. Encoding.json we've added. We've sorted the list, that's probably a good idea. Obviously it wasn't sorted in some way or another. Added IOUtil, added sort. That sounds plausible. Has this image been uploaded before? Added a blank line. More vertical space is always good. I quite like vertical space, so you can see me adding it. There's where we're recording the upload. And then here's where we're testing things. Has this file been uploaded? There's contains, and there's, I think I would like contains before has this file been uploaded. And really contains is a generic function. So I might want to pull it in internal. I've got an internal strings package with things like filter, intersection, difference. Well, difference and intersection. So I think I'm going to grab contains and move it into internal as its own function. And clearly this needs to be a capital C because we want it to be outside. And we'll give it a public facing description of does value exist in list. Right. Now in upload.go you'll see I already, I don't bring in, so I do bring an internal, and you'll notice I import the dot at the beginning. That means that I bring it in so I don't have to I bring in all the functions and make them as if they are part of this package directly. So I don't have to keep doing internal dot all the way through. Which does mean that I can search for contains, and that's capital C now, and that's going to work, and it's going to find it. So I hit Command B, you see it drops me over to strings because it can resolve it correctly. And there's another one down here. Same thing here, C for capital C for contains. Magic. Append presumably must be part of the core Go. Yeah, there we go, it's in built-in. A built-in is obviously imported in the same way. So having done that, let's check it works. Not broken anything. That should still tell us it's already been uploaded. Yeah, that works. And if we delete the image off Flickr, let's have a look there. Did I delete? Oh, I already deleted it. So we just need to vim the file. My computer's getting slower. So 2013, it really needs a new update, but I'm really waiting for the ARM Max before I decide what to do. Let's get rid of that. Upload again, and this time it should tell us, or it should work out that it's not been uploaded and upload it for us. Or not, because I probably have deleted the wrong thing out of Vim. I did, I should have deleted that one. And I wonder if we know what the original one was. RKA _ it's that one there, that 2018. Oh look, it's already in. There we go. That was the original. Let's try that again. Oops, for goodness sake. Has every Vim user made that mistake? I bet they have. Let's try that. Right, let's try again. Processing, uploading, that's better. Store into the file, so now we can cat it, and we should see it back in there. And there it is, 2020 or whatever. Cool. Go back here, refresh this. We've not broken anything by moving contains into the thing, but I genuinely don't want that photo. Maybe it'd look better if I put more light into it. Okay. Where's string? Where's source tree? There's source tree. So strings.go now has the contains function, and that import now has got sort. Goland worked out for us, that made our life a little bit easier. Sort is still in here because we're doing a sort in one of the functions. There's our constant. That looks good. That looks good. And then now new functions. There's has been uploaded. And there's record. Oh, we should have a comment on record upload. So let's have a comment in. Record the file name of the image uploaded to uploaded. That one. Uploaded files base name. There we go. Oh, goodness me, I still think I'm in Vim. Save. Let this refresh itself, and now it's determined there's that comment. All the rest of it looks commented. No new line end of file. Let's add a new line end of file. That should probably be a setting in Golang, shouldn't it? So I'll type in new line. Doubled in inspection. Line break. To general. No, not that one. Wonder what the command is. New? Maybe end of file. Can we see? There we go. It's show an empty line. Not new line, an empty line at the end of file on save. There we go. Good. Right, let's commit that. Git status, git add dot. Actually, let's do that as two separate commits. Git restore commands upload. Git status. Well, that didn't work. Git restore dash dash staged. Git status. That's better. It's done. Git commit -v. Insert add contains to internal. Contains decent message. What does contains do? Contains determines if a string exists in an array of strings. I definitely need to go for lunch. I'm getting hungry. Get there. Git add dot. Git commit -v. Insert store file name. Prevent uploading a file that we've already uploaded. Store the file name of each file that we upload into dot. What do we call it? Dot rodeo uploaded files dot JSON. Is that line too long? 79. Just go back one. And read this file on upload, and on upload, if the file to be uploaded is in this list, then do not upload it again. There we go. Git push -u origin 1 dash keep track. And we've got a branch. We can create a pull request. Whip. Fixes #1. Create a pull request. So we got it in progress, so we remember about it. I was thinking about drafts or something in GitHub pull request, but I don't know how that works. So that'll do. And I think we'll call that done. That'll do for now. So hopefully I'll be back later today. If I am, it'll be about 3:30ish, and it's 1 o'clock now. Otherwise, it'll be later. So that'll do for today, and I shall speak to you anon.